Put the cocktail glass on the tomato slices. This is how you will prepare something very special. You've never tasted a tomato recipe like this before. They are perfect for breakfast or a snack. Preparing them is really easy, and they taste delicious. At the very beginning, choose vine-ripened tomatoes and cut them into slices. Arrange them on a kitchen board. Get a glass. Cut the center out of the tomato slices. Do the same with each subsequent prepared slice. Set the rings from the tomatoes aside. Chop the cut flesh from the tomatoes into small pieces. Transfer the pieces to a bowl. Then cut the chives with scissors. Add a cup of whole wheat flour to the mixture. Then whisk in 2 eggs. Season with a pinch of salt, pepper, garlic, or other favorite spices to your taste. Mix everything thoroughly. Heat a frying pan over medium heat and add some olive oil. Arrange the rings of tomatoes on the pan. Fill them with the prepared mixture. About 1 tablespoon of the chopped tomato mixture is enough for each disc. Cover the pan with a lid and fry for a few minutes over a fairly low heat. When the bottom of the tomato pancakes turns golden, flip them over to the other side. After frying, decorate the pancakes with parsley or chives. And there you have it. Delicious tomato pancakes are now ready to serve. I keep this jar in the fridge and make breakfast in just 3 minutes. Take a jar and crack an egg into it. Then, add your favorite veggies. Just drop them straight in. Sprinkle in some salt and pepper. Close the jar and shake well. Store it in the fridge. When you're ready for breakfast, simply pour the contents into a pan. This trick lets you whip up a delicious meal in no time. My grandmother used to check eggs like this. She would observe which ones spun and which ones didn't. She had her reasons for doing so. She would take 3 eggs, holding 1 in each hand and placing the third between them. Any egg that spun, she would set aside in one container, and the ones that didn't spin, she would put in another. I'll reveal what that meant later on. Nowadays, hardly anyone does it this way anymore. I learned a different method from her. I know how to tell which eggs are fresh and which ones are old. If I have several cartons of eggs in the fridge, I can choose which ones to use for breakfast omelets. All I need is a glass of water for this. I put an egg in it and observe what happens. I prepared 3 glasses. I poured water into them. I'll show you how an egg might behave in water. When placed in water, an egg might sink to the bottom of the glass. Alternatively, it might float on the water's surface. In the third case, it might float halfway in the glass. What does this mean? Fresh eggs sink to the bottom. The freshest ones lie horizontally at the bottom. Eggs several days old float a bit higher. Eggs 2 to 3 weeks old float in the middle of the water. The oldest eggs won't sink. They float continuously on the surface. As for the trick with spinning eggs, my grandmother used it when a hen was sitting on the eggs. She would leave the eggs that spun for the hen to hatch. The ones that didn't spin, she would take home. Soak and knead sandwich bread in a bowl of water. It only takes a moment to prepare. Let it sit until the bread softens, then squeeze out the excess water. Shape the mixture into small balls and set them aside. In a pot, boil a few potatoes until soft. Once cooled, transfer them to a metal bowl. Add the prepared moist bread. Knead everything together by hand until it forms a smooth, uniform mixture. Now add 3 cups of potato starch and 3 cups of breadcrumbs. Season the mixture with salt for a bold flavor. Add your favorite spice blend. Garlic, oregano, and black pepper work wonderfully. Add chopped red onion for aroma and a hint of sweetness. Finally, chop a bunch of chives for freshness, color, and subtle flavor, and add it to the bowl. For extra color and juiciness, toss in diced tomatoes. Mix everything thoroughly with a spoon. Lightly oil your hands and form small patties from the mixture. Coat each one in breadcrumbs. Heat oil in a pan. When it's hot, add the patties and fry them until they're beautifully golden. The finished patties are hearty, crispy, and delicious, perfect for lunch or dinner. They've been a staple in our home for years, and the whole family loves them. This is how I store eggs for up to 2 years. My grandmother shared this unusual method with me. Start by thoroughly cleaning dirty eggs with a brush. This is very important. It prevents damaging the natural protective layer. Once the eggs are clean, place them one by one into a clean, large jar. Fill the jar completely so the eggs don't move around. Now it's time for the preserving solution. Add 2 tablespoons of a secret ingredient to about 3 cups of water. I'll tell you what it is in a moment. Mix well until you get a milky white liquid. Pour it over the eggs so they're fully covered. Seal the jar tightly and gently roll it to distribute the liquid evenly. Store the jar in a cool, dark place. This mixture forms a protective layer on the shells, keeping the eggs from spoiling for many months, even up to 2 years. And here's the secret ingredient. It's slaked lime, a natural preservative known for generations. Simple, cheap, and no fridge needed. This knowledge covers the basic table manners that few people remember nowadays. It's a shame because it's important to behave appropriately when dining at an event. Let me show you how to communicate clearly with the waitstaff using your cutlery. Crossing your knife vertically and fork horizontally indicates that you have finished eating and are ready for the next course. Arranging your knife and fork in a V shape means you are taking a break and haven't finished yet. This signals the waiter not to take your plate away, even if you leave the table. Placing your knife and fork parallel at the 5 o'clock position indicates that you are done eating and the staff can clear your plate. Inserting your knife into the tines of your fork signals that you didn't like the dish. Placing your knife and fork parallel horizontally signifies that you enjoyed the dish, and the waiter can now take your plate. Use these rules in a restaurant, and it will be much easier to communicate with the staff. 3 golden rules for the vegetable garden. These are my grandmother's rules. She is the queen of harvests on her plot. The first rule is planting garlic between strawberry plants. This makes use of the empty space between the bushes, and garlic has an extra benefit. It protects strawberries from fungal diseases. The second rule is planting basil and dill near cucumbers. This method maximizes space between plants, especially since cucumbers require wide row spacing. Additionally, basil helps protect cucumbers from powdery mildew. The third golden rule is planting marigolds. The best place for them is between garden beds. They work well with carrots, beets, and parsley. The strong scent of marigolds repels underground pests. Planting is a process that requires thought and care. When done right, it leads to the best harvests. Every beginner gardener should know these 3 simple yet effective rules.